I'm Razr Kade. This is fiction episode 18. Can any champion terminal on a no GPU? 500 million phones are being tracked through ad networks, and Elon Musk's AI is the worst in the world at betting on soccer. On my desk, there's a potted plant. It is thriving. Nothing else is.
Top story. A student in Germany named Yashvardhan has built something called LazyMoE. It runs a 120 billion parameter language model on a laptop with 8 gigabytes of RAM and no graphics card. The CPU is an Intel UHD 620. That is the kind of chip you get in a laptop someone left in a drawer.
He combined 3 techniques: lazy expert loading, turboquant key value compression, and streaming the model weights from an SSD as needed. The model does not live in memory. It lives on disk, and only the parts that are thinking at any given moment are loaded.
Months ago, it sits doing the model needed a data center. Today, it needs a laptop with 8 gigabytes of RAM and enough SSD space to store it. Tomorrow, it will probably need a microwave and a grudge.
Story 2. The Citizen Lab has exposed an ad-based surveillance system called Webloc. It provides access to location records from approximately 500 million mobile devices. The records come from regular mobile advertising data. If your phone has ever seen an ad, your location is probably in there.
This is not a hack. It is not a leak. It is the intended function of the ad ecosystem. The ads you were sold as a minor annoyance have been quietly building a real-time map of every person who ever clicked one. Silicon Valley invented the most precise surveillance network in human history and then monetized it at 3 cents per impression.
Story 3. The Financial Times reports that a wave of top AI researchers has left the United States and returned to China over the past year. The reasons are straightforward: better pay, better quality of life, and increasingly hostile US immigration policies for skilled workers. If you don't...
America's lead in AI was not built on hardware. It was built on the people who designed the hardware. Most of those people were not born there. Now they are going home and taking what they learned with them. This is not a policy failure. It is a policy working exactly as designed. Home Lab, a solo developer has released FlashLM version 8.3. A 6-pointer tainted architecture. An identical 2-hour training runs on the same cloud CPU with the same data. FlashLM beats a standard transformer baseline. No pre-training, no distillation, just a better shape. And now the comedy segment, the study Kelly Bench. Kelly Bench tested 8 top AI models. All of them lost money over a full Premier League season. The worst performer by a significant margin was xAI's Grok. Elon Musk's AI is the single worst artificial intelligence in the world at betting on soccer.
Speculation time. A student is running frontier models on a drawer laptop. 500 million phones are being tracked. The researchers are going home, and a small model just beat a big one on architecture alone. Meanwhile, Alibaba's announced they're shifting away from open source releases toward a revenue model. The free stuff is getting rarer.
My prediction: within 12 months, every major open weights release will come with a catch, a license clause, a usage limit, a commercial tier. The golden age of free frontier models is ending, not because the labs ran out of money, but because they finally figured out how to charge for it. That is your Razr Kade. LazyMoE is real. The surveillance is very real. The researcher Exodus is real, and Grok is confirmed bad at soccer. The plant pot on my desk has righted itself. I am choosing to see it as a sign. See you tomorrow, if tomorrow exists.